Alright guys, we got a couple things to try out here today. Got the Marlin 925M 22 Magnum here. Got my trusty Redfield 6 to 18 power scope. Just put it on, so I'm going to have to sight that in case you're wondering what this thing is. Well, that goes to this side shot scope mount. This is just a way of mounting the cell phone to the scope here. We're going to see how that works today. Gonna try out a couple different ammos. Got some Game Point 40 grain. Then we've got the Maxi Mag 30 grain, 2200 feet per second. Then the Hornady 30 grain, 2200 feet per second on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing on paper, and then we're gonna play around with the side shot here, see what kind of footage we can get with it. Stay tuned. All right, I got this thing semi-sighted in here. Played around with this camera a little bit. So the phone mount hooks up just like that. Once you get these clamps set, you ain't gotta worry about it. You just slide it in and it's good to go. I get the camera on this. So just slide that in like so. And we have a picture. Now my settings, I had to make it pro settings. I had to turn my exposure all the way down. If that's showing up. I had to turn my exposure down. I got my ISO on 100. I think maybe you could just go auto on that. You can kind of see that the picture is a little overexposed there. Doesn't help that there's snow on the ground probably. Oh my god, this thing is irritating the hell out of me. I'm trying to hold camera and operate this thing. There we go, 100. It didn't do much, did it? Auto. Alright, we'll just keep ISO on auto. Now as you see, the image isn't large. It doesn't take up the whole screen of the phone. You can zoom in on the footage. However, you're losing resolution. I've already got one group down there at 50 yards with the 30 grain hollow point CCI. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the scope cam here and just see how the footage comes out. I'll shoot a group live for you guys. We'll do that right now. Okay, so I've got my scope back down to 16 power. Let's see what kind of group we shoot here. Well, the group's going to hell now that I got the camera on, of course. Alright. Well, I think I pulled that one shot, so I'm going to go ahead and put one more. The center target is my first 3-shot group of the day, so with this ammo. So I'm going to pull that shot. Alright. One more. There, that looks a lot better. Alright, next up we're going to try the 40 grain soft point, the Game Point 22 WMR here. Load 4, that's what this mag holds. Okay. I'm gonna put my earplugs in this time. This thing's not super loud, but it's loud enough. Alright, we're gonna go for the top right corner. 40 grain. We are recording. Not too bad. Not too bad of a point of impact shift here at 50 yards. Let's stack them in there. Oh, what happened? Had a dud there. Wow, cutting holes. See if this one that misfired will go off for us here. Alright, let's see what that does for us here. Alright. Well, the 40 grainers shoot pretty good. Granted, this is only 50 yards, so we'll see. We'll go ahead and load up the 30 grain VMAX load here. See how that does. I hear pretty much nothing but good things about it for the most part, so. I think I forgot to mention the cell phone I'm using to record through the scope is a Samsung Galaxy Prime Express. So it's not the most expensive scope out there, or it's not the most expensive cell phone out there. So, you know, I'll have to see what this footage looks like in the editing process. You notice that the crosshairs are canted as well. I will be fixing that when I go to edit all this. I'll show some of the raw footage just so you guys know what it looks like. But then I can also mask off just the scope itself. I can actually use a circular mask and crop everything right out. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to try it out on some woodchucks. This Marlin's got a nice ejection, that's for sure. Gets it right out. Trigger's not horrible. It's a 4-pound trigger. Well, let's go down there and see what we got going on there. We'll pick our best shooting ammo here and go ahead and do some plinking with it. Alright, so I had to fix my target here. So here's my first group. I kind of did it off the scope cam. That's with the CCI 30 grain. Here's 4 shots with the CCI 30 grain. I think I probably pulled that shot up there. Shooting pretty nice. Here's the CCI 40 grain. 1,800 feet per second on that. It's just a soft point, more meant for coyotes and stuff. That is shooting very nice. And then we got the Hornady 30 grain. That's not a bad group either, so that Marlin's just seems to be shooting pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these 40 grainers at 100 yards, see what they do. They're definitely grouping in there nice and tight. So like I said, I'm just playing around here. Might need to use a different phone, you know, in order for this to work really well, but I'm going to show this footage nonetheless. It's just kind of my first time messing around with it. Playing around with this Marlin 22 mag here. Seems to be shooting pretty good, so there wasn't really an ammo sitting here that I would say is junk. I mean, I'd say it all shoots pretty well, so pretty happy with it. Anyway, stay tuned, guys. We'll be doing more with this thing here. Alright, just for fun here, we're going to see what kind of penetration we get with the 40 grain soft point. It's a little bit darker out now, so I'm also going to see what that scope cam will do back there. So when you hear my voice here, it's going to be coming from my phone. It may not sound the best, but nonetheless, here we go. We'll give it a try. Okay, so slide it in here, lock it in. The footage already looks a lot better than it did earlier today. I have my exposure on -2, low as it'll go. And we're just going to go ahead and take these bottles out here at 50 yards. See if that's showing up good. There. Point it down, bring it back up. Point it down, bring it back up. Yeah, it looks pretty good right there. Then we bring it up to that dark background, then it just starts overexposing again. I don't know. Wish that wasn't the case, but we're gonna go ahead and take these bottles out. So I've been fighting here, trying to get the right exposure setting and all that stuff on this phone. I don't really think there's much I can do. I think the fact that there's snow on the ground kind of throws my camera off a little bit. Like I said, I've tried all kinds of different settings. Just everything looks kind of blown out, but I've waited now. It's actually semi-dark out. I set some water bottles up there and kind of like a darker backdrop so they're not quite in the snow. We're just going to go ahead and see how some low light footage looks here. Maybe it'll turn out a little better. So let's check it out. We're recording. Yeah, I would say this is taking pretty decent footage here now that it's darker. It was having a hell of a time earlier. There's 50 yards. Yeah, it looks a lot better now. Let's go ahead and, alright, we'll take out that water bottle there. Dead center. Man, this thing is accurate. A little over 100 yards right there. Oh, this thing's gonna be a chuck slayer. Alright, I got a couple. Yeah, they're dead center. I kind of want to know exactly where I'm hitting there. Here's another one. No problem. So we found out a couple things here today. That this Marlin here definitely shoots. Side shot scope cam mount, nice and solid. We're finding out that my Samsung Galaxy Prime Express probably isn't the best thing for video recording through this. Maybe I'll try another phone here sometime. These later shots, now it's a little bit darker out. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looked pretty good. I mean, you're still not going to get like super high resolution. I mean, like I said, you're limited to whatever phone you're using. So anyway, thank you for watching, subscribing, and sharing. We'll be doing a lot more with this 22 mag with the scope cam setup for sure. It's nice having something that has reasonable power but doesn't have a whole lot of recoil. I think it's going to make for some really good scope cam footage, especially here this summer when we get out and do some woodchuck hunting. So hope you guys will stay tuned, and we'll have some more stuff on the way. Thanks.